on changing locations and shit. Man, get into this motherfucking bag. Stand up the way, I mean. Hey. Sacrificing time for this shit. Man, I got a plan. Tried to tell niggas years ago. They ain't understand. Riding by myself and it's cool. I'm all in my head. Everything in life you can't replace. I build relationships. Pretty little smile make a nigga wanna lock it in. We met the same time I lost a friend. We should try again. You been on my mind. You should hop in. I ain't gon' hurt you, baby girl. You know we locked in. Used to be on FaceTime calls on the regular. Never made time, landed on my busy schedule. Now every time I hit the bay, you know I think of you. Working on your brand, love, you know that I.
Henny the Moore reporting live from the liquor store, man. And when all three of us come together, man, it's Cowboys Uncut.
Scottis.
West Coast Cowboy in the middle, the Kanye West of this content stuff.
And I'm a day one type of girl. Ain't nothing wishy-washy over here. I don't jump around, stick to one side. Yeah, the silver, the blue, we got them in their feelings. That star on the field, come pay the D a visit. They say it's hatred, is it? I call it hate and simping. Cause if we wasn't that hating, they wouldn't be in our business. Listen, West Coast say the water tastes better. The fan base go harder, and all the ladies get wetter. Yeah, that's how it is when you straight reppin' for Dallas. We get it in the trap, and landlord tell us what's happening. No explanations in no shape, form, or fashion. When Henny drop the stats, ain't nothing else to be asking. Them numbers don't lie, that's why your argument dry. And we still got them rings, you got your eyes on our prize. Whether an eagle, a giant, or a commando, you in the parking lot crying, we in the Lambo, we stay in our bag, we run it up in the draft. You still talking about the 90s, so who's stuck in the past? Get off me, and I'ma need you 6 feet back. And we ain't hearing nothing till your team beat Dak. And we ain't scared of running. So only one team over here is Cowboys, the leaders. Yeah, this you got is the poet. Big up West Coast Cowboy, HTM Sports, and Landlord from Alabama. Y'all check them boys out, man. Don't play around with the Cowboys content. Yeah, and you know it's DC, yeah, DC4L. All day. Every day.
My dear Aunt Sally, we is at the P right now. We gotta go to free agency, then we gotta go to draft, then we can talk about training camp.
And Stephen Jones, who's also a multi-millionaire, moves and feels like a what? Like a dude that is got $15 in his bank account.
We finna come marching to Dallas with our picket signs, ticket torches, everything we can find.
And we are live. What's good with y'all, man? It's your boy, Henny the Moore, reporting live from the liquor store, man. How's everybody doing? And listen, man, we got a very special guest in the building right now. We got the Pessimistic content creator, Big Game James in the middle, man. How you doing, my brother?
All right.
I'm doing real good. I appreciate it. I love the Pessimistic content creator.
As you should be, because they be doing some bullshit sometimes. So, you know, we gotta have folks that are even keel all the way around, man.
The Cowboys don't deserve our trust yet. Don't let your guard down.
At all.
No.
And at the bottom, man,
at all.
Listen, at the bottom, reporting live from witness protection, landlord from Alabama, man.
Yes, sir. I ain't telling on nobody from Harlem, though. I ain't telling on nobody from Harlem. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, indeed.
Be the king when I come back.
Hey, man, now listen. You know, they sort of don't hit the same no more, because they stretched Cuzzy out a couple years back.
Talking about,
Alpo.
Yeah.
Yeah. They smoked the Alpo. Like, shit,
he was too down ready.
Yeah, he was too gangs. He done killed everybody and their mama, man. I seen those documentaries. Like, he was a good dude. We talk about everybody he killed. Like, he was a good dude, man.
Yeah.
Hey, they do too much talking on these little talk shows and these blogs. They're getting in trouble now. And they need to be quiet.
Man, you ain't never lied. Woo, but yeah, man.
These old Cowboys, man. How y'all feeling about the current roster you got assembled?
I mean, the current roster from top to bottom?
Yeah.
I'm gonna divide it up by like positions. Quarterback room is outstanding because you got Dak Prescott, then you got Joe Milton, and then Will Greer. You can't be perfect. Like 2 out of 3 is not bad because Will Greer ain't shit. Running back room, I don't trust not a single one of them boys.
Not a soul in front.
Not a single running back I give a damn about. Javonte Williams, Miles Sanders. I ain't fucking with none one of these rookies either, man. Until they show me something. Yeah. So got zero faith in the running backs. Wide receiver lit. Yeah. Wide receiver super lit, man. You got All Pro CeeDee Lamb. You got let me see. You got who else you got over there, man? George Pickens, the best deep ball threat in the NFL. Then you also got, Jalen Tolbert. You got Jonathan Mingo. So you got some good players, man. Turp, yeah, the All-Pro kick returner, one of the fastest guys in the NFL. Offensive line, I ain't gonna hold you. Offensive line is sort of shaky. Because it's the unknowns. Tyler Guyton didn't do shit last year. Terrence Steele was bad last year.
Terrence Steele's gonna be okay.
Man,
Tyler Guyton, listen. Tyler Guyton will be. I'm gonna have a little faith in him because I feel like he was immature and he owned up to it. That's the good thing. He owned up to it last year, this year already, and you already see there's a standard already being set in the offensive line. I believe they want to be great. Tyler Smith does, Tyler Booker does, and I believe Cooper Beebe does, and I believe Tyler Guyton, he's the key. But if he steps up, and I believe he will, the offensive line is going to be okay. So I ain't going to say it's shaky. Maybe behind them, but even then, at least they got depth.
Let me ask you a question, Big. On a scale of 1 to 10, how likely would your 2026 first-round pick be a tackle? How likely you think that'll be?
Next year's pick being a tackle.
Next year. Like, so you done seen the results and everything. So now you're going to the draft. Do you think that's going to be one of your top priorities in the draft? Or do you think you done played good enough to be like, I'm good on tackle?
I'm going to say Terrence Steele, I think he might be, he's not going to, after he gets done with his contract, or he may be a cut candidate, I'll say you will look at the draft. I don't know if it'll be the top pick. I think they're going to really look at this year at Tyler Guyton to see what he does. If Tyler Guyton doesn't take that next step this year, yes, I think they will be in the draft early for a tackle position because I think they're already eyeing right tackle with Terrence Steele. They may try to switch Tyler Guyton there. You feel me? Because that's what his natural position was if Terrence Steele acts weird. So I think them two is what they're going to be looking at this year if they go with tackle.
Yeah, so I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being they for sure.
I'm gonna say scale of 1 to 10. I'm gonna say 7 right now.
That's pretty damn high. That's pretty high though.
Yeah,
that's probably good. That's about 70%.
It is.
And listen, like we're saying that Tyler Guyton's going to be okay from history. He didn't do anything last year to make you say, "Oh man, he got it."
Yeah, because we wouldn't be so high on that. Like, I think everybody agree. Like, it's very likely.
I think I'm worried just because I feel like the ability is there, but I'm just worried about the mental. Even though he said it, I need to see it. But I feel like the ability is there. You can't tell me you don't have the ability. He ain't played the position. You got to look at. He ain't played the position. This last year was his first full year playing left tackle ever.
Yeah.
I mean,
let's give him a chance.
Everybody. I don't know why Dallas just come in and just change up everything. Change Cooper Beebe to a center. It looked like
you don't like Cooper Beebe at center though?
Yeah, but I'm just saying they changed his position. It still it's a risky move.
A gamble.
You shouldn't be doing that. Most people don't do that as often as we do. You know what I'm saying? Come in.
That's true, but
draft a number 1 pick, a first round pick, and say you playing here, dude. You know what I'm saying? I think we're doing the same thing now, right? Booker was a left guard. But he's going to play right guard now.
Yeah, move Byron Jones from corner to safety, and then the moment you moved him back to corner, he was an all-pro. We do that. We do it a lot. Cause listen, we all look at.
They definitely cross trained, maybe too much. But I feel like in this instance, when they were looking at BB, I feel like he played some center in high school, and I feel like with that one, it was a safe one to do because I think we were all in agreement that you felt that Cooper BB could go to center by looking at his tape,
Yeah,
looking at his family, and you felt good about that switch. Tyler Guyton, I think we all thought he's going to get his ass kicked the first year. We all kind of felt you're going to get your ass kicked the first year. You don't know what you're doing really, and you're going against elite players. But hopefully, y'all, because that baptism by fire, what I'm gonna look at is I feel like you have the ability, and that baptism by fire against top dogs should only make you better year two.
yeah, true. When he went up against some of the best ones last year, so yeah,
And he was getting single.
you can't really see no more terror than what he saw last year. You know what I'm saying? He went through the ringer though. But yeah, I think the fact that it's that high, we don't have a whole lot of confidence in them guys. You know what I'm saying? We just
I don't have. Maybe it's Terrence Steele. I just feel like Terrence. The line is good. Terrence Steele will be okay, but I feel like Terrence Steele had his chance. We thought he was going to take that next step. He did well his first. When he got the contract, but it's just kind of like he's an undrafted guy. Terrence Steele. It's like we seeing those warts of why you was undrafted. You know what I'm saying? It's like we're seeing the warts of undrafted. You feel what I mean?
That's what got me so concerned. Like, cause I'm like, if both
You
of
don't
them
like a
boys-
Sim Richards?
I do. I like Austin. He should get some reps. You know what I'm saying? But we don't see him much. So, and then like that go back to what we were saying. Shout out to Boss. I think they put out a good case for Shotty theme of his whole coaching, you know what I'm saying, culture is competition and being competitive. So when you take that into consideration, you look at it and say, hey, Shotty is putting up a defense mechanism against the politics of the Joneses. I think that's a great way to sell that. You know what I'm saying? Because if Shotty say everything is about competition, certain stuff you just can't get away with. You know what I'm saying? It's like certain stuff, it's going to be like, if Brevin Span Ford is just hooping way better than Schoon and Fur, it's going to be evident. It's going to be obvious. So if your whole moniker is competition, it's no way you could just sit up and let that happen. You see what I'm saying? Like, you're going to have to be like, bro, Brevin Span Ford must play. Because that's what you've been preaching. Your whole campaign is about competition. So it's no way you can just let that go and throw it up under the bridge. Like, nah, you got to let Brevin Span Ford play. So I think that's kind of a defense mechanism for the politics that the Joneses try to come meddling and screwing up our roster.
My question is this, and I know what you mean by competition, because I do want open and fair competition.
Yeah.
But what can somebody like Brevin Span Ford do to, like, I could see him supplanting like Schoonmaker, but what could he possibly do to supplant Ferguson, who got a like?
What has he done, y'all? Though, I mean, what have y'all seen from Brevin Span Ford? This I want to hear y'all too. What has he done? And because I think it's been somebody said it out there on Twitter. Now it's running a wave. I watched him last year. Maybe he did something totally different this year. I watched him last year. He looked like just a big dude. Yeah, he caught some passes, but he looked like a big blocker. Now all of a sudden he's head and shoulders above everybody. I'm sorry, y'all. I need to see that in some training camp. I'm not believing that right now.
All we can go off of is the reports right now. So I'm with you. We have no evidence of this, but we just been hearing all these glowing reviews from everybody. So we gotta. I think I don't trust their word, but I guess we could say from the reports it looked like he's trending up. You see what I'm saying? Like, I think we can all agree to that conclusion. But how much up he going, who the hell knows? Because we ain't seen nothing. So, yeah.
The guy what I would love to see, but they keep getting hurt with John Stevens Jr. That's the one that he was the one, because to me, he was the athletic one. Brevin Span Ford was not that athletic guy, but that John Stevens Jr. is, because he was a former receiver. His injuries, hopefully he can stay healthy, but I know they're not counting on that. Because he's probably the odd man out. But I want to see if he can, come back and be healthy, dog, because we need an element of that. I feel like Ferguson is still going to be the guy because he's in a contract year. They're going to want to see. I remember. I think you were in the feed land where I said I don't think he's going to another deal anyway. I think this is the big in the end for him anyway. So I mean, maybe that's the reason why Fan Forbes is getting talked about more because I feel like this is the end for Ferguson. That's what I think is happening in the streets.
That might be a good way to look at it too. What you think, Hen?
I think that one for our boy John Stevens Jr. I think his time is up because whenever you draft or bring somebody else in with a similar skill set in Dallas, the writing is on the wall. That's what they did when they brought the boy in from Auburn. They do the same damn thing. Converted wide receiver. Yeah, converted wide receiver.
Fairweather or something like that.
Yeah, Fairweather. Converted wide receiver, inline tight end, pass catching specialist. You're just gonna try to teach him the other tight end stuff. So John Stevens Jr. is a very interesting prospect, but like you said, he's had season-ending injuries the last 2 years. If I can get somebody,
what they say, your best ability is availability. It's just
so with that being said, I really see a scenario where he don't even make the team. As for Brevin Spanford, and this is before we even had the reports. I was hearing from Boss, because the boy been working out with Boss partner. And he was telling me behind the scenes stuff about him getting stronger, him having that work ethic, him putting on the muscle and working on his speed, all this different stuff. And then, we backdoored like a week or two later, heard about him doing the stuff at training camp, OTAs. So
and it's been consistent. Like almost every other day, they talking glowingly about him. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of them situations. Is everybody lying? You know what I'm saying? More than likely not, but it's possible. We got to see it materialize on the field, though.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
And that's why I was saying, that's why I was asking you about the competition standpoint. Because like I said, I could see a scenario where he can jump Schoonmaker. But I just don't know how much are you putting into like OTAs and preseasons when Jake Ferguson was a Pro Bowl tight end in real game activity. I can understand putting Brevin Spanford on the field, but what could he possibly do before live game action to jump over like Ferg? We just talk about open competition because I think that
I don't think he's jumping Ferg, dog. He's not going to jump Ferg.
I'm not saying that he is. I'm just saying,
is it even possible?
Yeah, is it even possible?
It's not possible in my opinion, not this year, but I feel like he could jump maybe a Schoonmaker. I feel like he could possibly take a Schoonmaker spot. And I feel like those preseason games is where he can take them. If he turns up and is really just catching everything in preseason games and just, y'all can tell when them guys in preseason when they kind of really show up and you're like, okay, he kind of ready. He kind of ready to take that next step. You'll see it. So I think that's what we're really going to see it because Schoonmaker ain't really, I don't know if he's really how much he really going to play in the preseason unless, like we said, it's the spirit of competition. They put his butt out there and they say, well, we don't care if you was a second round pick. You was with McCarthy. Now you got to prove yourself.
I just thought about it. Shotty actually literally said that word exactly. That's why we talking about him. That's why it's noteworthy now. Shotty said Reverend has took the lead. Ain't that the player he was talking about? He didn't say, you know what I'm saying, like, okay, if and when or all of that. He said no. He corrected them and said Reverend has took that next step. He said them words verbatim. So that's what got us buzzing. Like what? Like he really like that now? We finna find out though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. So let me I want to ask y'all a question since we talking about players, possibly bubble. You got any guys that might going into this year? Because some stuff has been talked about players, possibly already being on the bubble, coming into camp. Any players let's say on the offensive side, do you think that may have been could have been a lock or they got picked up or already by bubble guys or maybe a surprise bubble guy on the offense being cut?
I don't think it's a surprise, but Miles Sanders probably. I don't even think that's a surprise. Like Miles Sanders might probably gonna end up being the odd man out when it comes to the running back room. He's like, what was that boy we brought in the other year that didn't make the team?
I'm Royce Freeman.
Royce Freeman. So he's probably gonna be this year's Royce Freeman. So I don't think there's any surprise. Defensively, I say Donovan Wilson is on a roster bubble. because he's somebody you just paid. Marquise Bell, he's on an
And
expiring
you paid
contract.
Wanye too a little bit, didn't
Yeah, he's on an expiring contract. You can save money by cutting him. So I think it's Donovan Wilson on the defensive side of the ball for damn sure, and Miles Sanders offensively. But like for the wide receivers, like I don't think any of the other guys. I think Jalen Tolbert's going to be fine. I think John Domingo's going to make it. We could all tell you the 5 wide receivers that's going to make the roster. Is it going to be up to, or they going to carry 6 and they got to fight for their life for their final spot?
And it's a lot of people that could be in that 6 too.
Yeah, CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah, a lot of people.
CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, Jonathan Domingo, Jalen Tolbert, and then Turpin's going to make the roster by default because he's the kick return guy.
But I about to say, so he went in.
I don't.
He going
but
they gonna count him because they ain't gonna carry.
Yeah, but here's the thing, y'all talking like Turpin. No, I think they need to really develop Turpin and let Turpin be that number 3 dog, because I ain't trying to just give Jalen Tolbert that job at third because he was a higher draft pick. Turpin showed that he could play more receiver this past season, dog. You can't tell me if you got CeeDee Lamb and then George Pickens and you got Turpin in the slot, that doesn't really scare that defense a lot more because you have to worry about that speed. And Pickens being there is going to open up more things for him, dog.
I think they gonna be incomplete, big. I don't think they like Tober don't fulfill everything you need or Turpin. So that's why they probably gonna share reps. You know what I'm saying? If you can have the skill set of Tober and Turpin in one, that'll be your perfect slot. You see what I'm saying? So that's why it's gonna be packages. They gonna share that time. I don't see no other way around it. Because at times
as long as they don't have Turpin as no gadget player, I don't want him as a gadget player. I want them to really continue to use him as a receiver, and just like when they had him running the ball in that Carolina game. I know he ain't doing, but still, I still want you to have him in there and not just have him as soon as he comes in. Oh, we're thinking he's going to get the ball because it's a gadget. Make him more of a receiver type, so it's not always obvious when he comes in the game.
Yeah, that's a dead giveaway. Like if Turpin in the game, you need to pay attention to him. So like the better offensive coordinators, they'll peep that and use that as a distraction. So you know what I'm saying? We'll see if Shotty got that type of sauce, if he on that type of time to the point where he can manipulate that thought process. Because I'll be thinking the same thing. Turpin only get in the game when he getting the ball. It's nothing else. So you gotta watch 9. Now I got you watching 9. I make him run a clear route, bring somebody else underneath. He wide open. So we'll see if Shotty really got that type of sauce and flavor like I've been hearing he's supposed to have.
We'll find out.
Speaking of Shotty,
so,
man, I want to bring up to y'all because this is going to be Brian Schottenheimer's first year calling plays, correct?
Yep.
At least in Dallas.
Yeah, in Dallas.
All right, these are the defenses that we play this year by opponent. The Eagles were the number 1 scoring defense last year. The Chargers were the number 2 scoring defense. The Broncos were number 3. Vikings were number 4. Packers were number 5. Chiefs were number 6. So because you played the Eagles twice, 7 of your 17 games are going to come against top 6 scoring defenses from the previous years. That's not counting the Lions that were number 11, and that's not even counting the Bears and the Cardinals that were all in the top half of scoring defenses. So I said all this to say this, man. Like, if Brian Schottenheimer's offense is putting up numbers, they're productive, it's not a fluke. You're gonna play some real deal good defenses this year round, and if they struggle, it's gonna tell you a lot about the scheme and about how Brian Schottenheimer is utilizing folks, because you should technically have the firepower to put up points, but are you is gonna be the question.
Yeah, and then the way I look at it with Shotty offense, like the first year you got an advantage. Nobody has tape on you yet, so once they figure that out, they're going to have to try to figure out your tendencies and stuff. So the first year you should cook if you got it together and everything, ready to go. Like if everybody know the plays and all of that good stuff. You should cook because you're unpredictable. You don't have no tendencies. But let's see how he do this year, against these good defenses. Then you got to follow it up again, though. You got to update that resume, because I think that's where Mike McCarthy failed at, and a lot of people not taking that into consideration. We supposed to did something different after he cooked the league consecutively like that with the offense. Like, rather whoever you want to give credit to, that offense was destroying the league. CeeDee Lamb and Dak, they was tearing shit up. So after a while, you're going to have to figure out how to stop this. They had a whole offseason to watch all our tendencies, with everything that makes us tick. And we didn't do nothing to get better. We did nothing to get better last offseason. Everybody can agree with that. Dallas did nothing. Then we really didn't get as much as we needed from the draft picks. So it was literally like we did nothing.
Got worse.
Yeah, we actually got worse. So when you take that into consideration, you're saying like, okay, the whole NFL done seen this for a year, and you was one of the best. I'm gonna figure you out next year. And we didn't do nothing to update that roster or get better. So that's why I feel like it was getting dominated and stopped, because people spent the whole offseason figuring that shit out. Like, they ain't gonna keep letting you just destroy their defense with the same old scheme. Like, they get paid millions to figure you out. So I want to see Shotty perform a whole year and then see how he come back. See if he gonna have some different variety into it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let me ask you this: how long does what's the grace period for? Because I've been talking about this the last few days. What's the grace period, or for y'all with Shotty? You said this year, and then let's see next year. What's the grace period for both of him and Dak? Because now they're connected.
See, I just asked him this was a big question for me, because I was like, to me, it's a weird, odd situation with Shotty. Like, he's a first-time head coach, but this man been coaching about 20 years. Like, he's not a new coach. So, like, he wasn't a head coach, but he still got all of this experience. So, what type of leash is he on? Is he on a first-year head coach leash, or do they expect immediate results from him? Because I think they probably do. They probably like, man, look, you should know how to do it by now. You see what I'm saying? So your leash is not as long as a brand new coach. That's what I'm saying. So you think they're gonna treat him more like a brand new coach or like a seasoned vet kind of?
I say a vet. I say more of a vet. I say a vet because I say it's maybe both, because those probably that least because you're a first year and you're here in Dallas. But like you said, Lan, he been there. You've been offensive coordinators for head coaches that have been in the league for a while. You know everything in the league. Your dad, like, you feel me? You know this, and you're not coming into a team that's a bad team. You're coming into a team that was 12-5 consecutive seasons. They had to fall off, but I said that was going to be the lame duck season. You ain't devoid of talent. If your quarterback is healthy, you right back in the mix. So I feel like that leash ain't going to be as long. When you got all this talent, especially if Dallas is healthy, I don't feel like that leash is going to be as long. There's going to be expectations, dog. And to me, the leash can't be long because Dak been here for a while. And I feel like if he ain't winning in these playoffs with Schottenheimer, leash is going to get short.
I feel the same way, bro. I don't see no way you give him a short leash. I mean, no long leash.
Why not?
I'm just telling you, it's like, especially
because the quarterback been there too long.
This was finna make it real. It's gonna make it worse.
I'll speak when y'all finish.
Hold on, I'm finna be done. It's finna be quick. This was finna make it worse though. He got the expectation very, very, very high right now. Everybody is Shotty that, Dallas this, Dallas that. Like, we feel like we got a legit coach. Nobody want to say nothing bad about him, nothing wrong about him yet. Everybody is sold almost. Until we see the wins on the field, he done did everything he can do besides play football and win. That ain't on him. That's fine. He did everything else. He got everybody bought in. So just imagine he got all this. He done hit all the boxes, checked all the boxes, and then he come out and have a lackluster ass season. We win 6 games. Everybody healthy. You know, the offense is in shambles and all of this. Do you think he gonna be able to survive more than that year or another year? They might give him another shot. After that, he might be out of here. Real talk.
Yeah, he will. It's gonna be it's 2 years, because I said it's 2 years with Dak. In my opinion, this is a 2-year marriage with these two. If he don't hit the ground running his first year, they'll be like, okay, well, let's see. But if it's gonna have to be fire the second year. You feel me? It would have to be fire. He can't come out no stumbling, nothing. That's why this first year is critical. Just like you said, Lan, everybody's believing Shotty. It's kumbaya. Everything good. The land of milk and honey right now. You feel me? And if that mother sucker don't come in and get victories, ooh, wait.
It's gonna be some smoke in the city.
So listen,
Look,
It's gonna be crazy here.
They gonna fall so hard if this shit don't work here. So go ahead.
Last time I checked, everybody believed in Mike McCarthy year 1 too. Like we would have. Hold on. Hold on. Y'all done spoke. I'm gonna speak. All right, y'all. They were in love with Mike McCarthy. It was the year after we got rid of Jason Garrett. Everybody was in love with Mike McCarthy. They were talking about him being in the shed, looking over everything, breaking down the analytics. He was new and improved. He was on the press run. He had spent the night with Jerry Jones and them. Like, they were in love with Mike McCarthy year 1. Y'all gotta rewind. I know that shit went sour. Go back to when he got hired and what the expectations was about him being a quarterback guru. He a Super Bowl winning head coach. There was high expectations Mike McCarthy first year too. And guess what? Even though Dak Prescott got hurt, it didn't look good the first year around either. And it really wasn't Mike McCarthy's fault because we were giving up damn near 40 points a game on the other side of the ball.
It was COVID, bro.
Yeah.
Like, he just had a bad hand.
On the other side of the ball. They were giving up damn near 40 points. And, you know, when we talk about, hey, what's your expectation? He's been in the league a long time. Bill Belichick was a coach for over 20 years before he became a head coach. And then he failed in Cleveland and then had to go get another job with New England. So it's not like he's an outlier. It's not like this ain't happened before. There are plenty of coaches that coach over 2 decades in the National Football League before they get their first shot at being a head coach. And listen, even then, a lot of times they first stop or they first year don't go the way you want it to. So listen, if this was like a special thing and he was the only guy coming in with all this year of experience being a head coach, I would be right with you. But there's numerous of coaches that spend 2 decades or more in the NFL before they get their first shot. So I'm still treating him like everybody else. There's nothing special.
But he been with the program too, though. He been with the team since 22 as well. It ain't like he just coming up.
Hold on, he been with the team, but he ain't even called no plays here. He ain't called.
But I'm saying he was still helping and manipulating things. I'm telling you, dog. They got an expectation for him. It's an expectation.
Listen,
it ain't no 7. It ain't no.
You don't become the head coach.
It ain't no 7. It ain't no 7-8 wins. I bet you they expect playoffs. It's going to depend on the other side of the ball too. You just had one of the worst defenses in the National Football League. If that ain't fixed and he's putting up 30 points, why you that defense got better though. That defense got better when they got healthy.
Sort of. You still got 40 ball.
No, it was one of the better defenses in the league, especially in turnovers.
You got 40.
Toward the end of the league when Michael Parsons came back.
Yeah, you still got 40 ball by the Eagles at their crib, and then when Michael
you didn't have no offense.
But let me tell you why I feel that way too, though. Because I think this is an indicator too. Bro, the whole interview process didn't even go as normal. Like they basically, I feel like he had to do some wowing or promising for them not even to do a full interview process. Like when they got to him, it was just like, you know, they didn't even bring in too many people. I feel like Schottenheimer got in there and made some promises. Like, I promise you I can do this. He had to sell them or swindle them because what gave him priority over any other candidate? You see what I'm saying? They weren't even taking no other one seriously, though. They didn't even really consider.
But Len, you know, like I do, they like everybody in-house. They don't trust nobody on the outside. They like keeping on the inside. The only reason why they went with McCarthy is because he won a Super Bowl and he used to kick their ass. That's the only reason why they went with him. You feel me? After they left him. Yeah. That's it. And you know what I'm saying? Now they wanted somebody who they can grow like they did Jason Garrett. But like Garrett, he came in and he ain't even had no head. I mean, he wasn't even a coordinator. He was a quarterback's coach. And he came in as a coordinator, then head coach, dog. And he came right in. You feel me? And that was their golden boy. But he didn't have no experience like Schottenheimer did. Schottenheimer got way more experience than Garrett did coming as the head coach. So don't you think he's gonna
for real.
No, he been with teams.
But that's the norm.
He been with good teams.
But it's the norm. Like, I understand what you're saying. He's been in the league a long time, but
that's just like when Dan Quinn came in. Didn't you think there was an expectation for him?
What, for the defense?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's a Super Bowl winning coordinator, but it's different being a
And a Super
coordinator
Bowl
and a head
winner.
coach. As a coordinator, he went to Seahawks.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you got me on that.
Yeah.
I just feel like he made some promises to make him such a better option than everybody else. He had to do some swindling somewhere. And like if you make some big promises, that'll make me be like, sometimes they'll be like, I'll just take that gamble. Let me see if he can do it for real. So I think this is one of them situations, man.
But
I think Schottenheimer made some big promises.
He had Mike help to get the job. Mike McCarthy helped the man with the interview process. So of course,
Yeah, but I just feel like they don't trust nobody on the outside neither. They brought McCarthy from the outside. They don't trust nobody on the outside. They brought somebody else in from the outside. They feel like they don't know them. And Jerry is 80 years old, 82 years old. He don't know you from the outside. I ain't got time to get to know you. Schottenheimer been there. I feel like it was just an easy transition. I feel like they ain't have the time to do it. They just don't be having time to do all that in their head, do all that stuff. And they easily go with shit they familiar with. They comfortable with stuff they familiar with. They don't move away from it. If they comfortable with it, y'all know like I know. That's why he is there. But with this team that you have and a healthy deck, I just don't believe you got a grace period like other coaches.
Man, I believe it's going to be a grace period because it's going to be year one. Like,
we'll see.
What are your expectations for Brian Schottenheimer and them year one?
Year one?
Year one. I'm just talking about the offense because he's an offensive coach. What is?
But he the head coach.
This offense better be fire. I expect this offense better be fire. Like we've been seeing this offense under McCarthy, and just like y'all was talking about, we were scoring all those points, but this shit a little boring though. Even when they had Kellen, this is boring. Even with Garrett, it didn't look like exciting offense. We scored a lot of points, but they weren't exciting when I watched like these other teams. I want to see this excitement. They keep on talking about this motion and pre-snap multiple. I want to see all that all the time. Not when you win 2 or 3 games and go away from 7 games. I want to see that all the time, every time. And I want you to come. You got the players, dog. My expectation is this offense better be fire.
Mine too. I expect this to be one of the best, one of the most, dominating pass games for sure. Like in the passing game, we shouldn't have no type of hiccups. Like I feel like we done had George Pickens for the whole process of the offseason. Hey, this should hit the ground running. I don't even want to see too much hiccups until we, you know what I'm saying? Once we get it right, it should be one of the best. And I expect to have one of the best offenses in the league. Like if I can't get that after all the capital I done invested in it, we doing this shit wrong. You see what I'm saying?
You invested capital to throw the ball, but you ain't investing no capital to run it.
You just paid for your first round pick as an O-lineman.
Dog,
you did.
I'm talking about your running backs. Like I don't give a damn
what you invested in that process. You invested in the run game and in the passing game with a lineman, and you invested with a wide receiver.
I don't count a guard as investing in the run game. I need an actual nigga to run the ball. Is investing in the run game.
I mean,
so you was on the Nick Chubb thing.
No, I wasn't.
They told me he gonna make the run game better.
Who was on you on?
I was trying to get Caleb Johnson when he was there in the 3rd round. I wanted an actual 3-down running back, not somebody that's been beat to shit.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Henny. I think Jaden Blue's gonna surprise you. I'm not jumping out there and saying he's gonna do all these crazy things, but that speed is going to really, that speed that he has. I talked to my guy Emory Hunt from CBS Sports, and I really trust him. And I watch a lot, and I really trust what he says. And he said that Jaden Blue is really going to surprise y'all in the way that he's going to be able to get up on these linebackers and be able to put that fear in these linebackers and these other players. It's going to open up things. I'm telling you, he stayed healthy. The biggest thing for him, don't fumble that damn ball. He got to stay on the field. Don't fumble that ball. But I'm telling you, that speed, I know he does, but if he can correct it, I'm telling you, just watch what I say. You're going to see his speed. It's going to be electric for this offense. Just watch. Watch what I tell you.
I've seen this speed. We seen something.
I know you've seen it, but I'm saying you ain't seen it with Dallas, though.
Man. I think the thing about Blue is, I'm almost certain that I'm going to get some explosive plays. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get a 50, 60-yard run from him. I'm gonna get a 40, 50-yard touchdown pass. I mean, a reception from him. Yeah. I can see all that happening. I'm sure he gonna have some sparks in this season. He gonna have some highlight moments. I'm almost sure of that. My concerns come from the other end. Like, can you be a consistent 5-yard gainer? Can you do that? You know what I'm saying? Or can you be the guy that's gonna move the pile? Is you gonna be the guy that's doing some of the other stuff I need for my running back? Are you gonna be good in pass protection? Like, it's all the other stuff that make me question like how effective he gonna really be. Because if I can't use you in them situations, that's gonna be even more time you won't be on the field. You know what I'm saying? If I can't use you, it's like, okay, now instead, like we don't want Turpin to be this gadget guy, but Blue gonna be perfectly that. Like he gonna only get in the game when they doing stuff for him if he can't do these other things that I'm talking about. You see what I'm saying? He gonna just be a spot work dude. So that's what bothers me because I look at him from what I seen in Texas. Like I can't speak for nobody else. I'm speaking for what I saw. He's more like a boom or bust dude. You see what I'm saying? Like it's either he getting 2 yards or no yard or 50. Like it ain't no in between. So that's something I seen from him. And you think if you pair that with spot work, I don't know how confident I am in that. Because he might not even be able to get a rhythm. You see what I'm saying? You just putting him in at one time. All right, you got one play and you getting the ball. Like you don't get no rhythm like that. And then the next time you touch the ball is in the third quarter. You see what I'm saying? Like if he gotta be, to me, if he's a boom or bust dude and you pair that with spot work, I don't know how effective he gonna be. So I gotta see him in that, you know what I'm saying, doing the other things instead of just the explosive stuff.
I agree with you on that. I agree.
Yeah,
Because listen, like I like Brian Schottenheimer's offensive scheme, at least from what I saw. Because even then, you know, I looked at the reports. They like, hey, only like 30% of what they were doing in Seattle what Schottenheimer wanted to do. Like he still had to delegate a lot of the offensive stuff to what Pete Carroll liked. He had
even when he was calling plays.
Even when he was calling plays, like
That's
he
crazy.
did not get an opportunity to implement everything he wanted to do. Right, yeah. Because he said, like, listen, they already had Russell Wilson. He had a whole lot of things that he liked doing and did well, so he kept that and he fine-tuned about 30%. You know what I'm saying?
That's one thing I liked about what Mike McCarthy said, though. He like, you install it, you call it. I feel like that should be for anybody. You know what I'm saying? For all offensive coordinator positions. If you installing the plays, you should be the one calling the plays. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I feel you with that, man.
I feel you with that. Y'all something though. You know, we got this defense, right? I wanted to ask y'all about Eberflus. Particularly, we were talking about guys who need to maybe take that next step. Do you believe? Because I don't believe it. I think he's a key, but so Mazi, I just don't believe it.
Mazi Smith.
We were talking about that Perion Winfrey. What do you think is going to happen right there with them?
Nothing. He might make the team as a rotational player. Eberflus has been on record saying that the 3 tech is the engine to make his defense go. That's what he said himself. I'm not even being hyperbolic. Those are his words. But even when he relied heavily on a 5-ass 3 tech, because remember he had DeForest Buckner over there with the Colts, he still had Grover Stewart, who was one of the better run-stopping 1 techs in the National Football League. So I don't know if Mazi is that. I feel like the Dallas Cowboys, if you're going to bring in somebody like Perion Winfrey, who has sort of a checkered history, you should at least win and got Isaiah Buggs if you're going to get somebody from the UFL. Go get a 335-pound 1 tech that got playoff experience and has over 50 starts in the actual NFL. That's, I would have took that over getting Perion Winfrey. And I would hyperbolic. It's not 50 starts. It's 50 games and 25 starts. But point is, he done played a lot of football in the NFL, and, he's the actual 1 tech. Now, I understand that he wants to bring in depth at 3 tech. You already got that. Osa Odighizuwa is one of the better 3 techs in the National Football League. That's why you paid him. You brought in a former first-round pick in the board from the Jets. He's just a year removed from a 5-sack, high-pressure season. So when you're talking about a 3 tech that can get upfield and, be a disruptor, you got plenty of them that you can rotate in and out. I don't really think you even needed another one. So that was a head scratcher. Perion Winfrey himself is a good prospect. I remember him coming out of Oklahoma. But I just don't really think we needed him. But I'm not mad that they made the move to get him if that's something that Eberflus pushed for himself.
Yeah. That's so crazy. In Dallas, we got to fight for the coaches being treated fairly too. It's supposed to just be the players, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes the players don't get treated fairly. We got to hope that the coaches getting treated fairly without all the politics sometimes, man. It's crazy. So, yeah, that's why I was happy that Shotty, it seemed like Shotty was getting the things that he wanted. So that's important. You know what I'm saying? At least let the man, you know what I'm saying, down his own hill. You feel what I'm saying? He at least give him a shot to do that. How you gonna hire me and then dictate me and then fire me? Like that, that's
Right.
crazy. That's crazy.
Well, let me ask you this though. So if you got, would y'all be cool with them just being? Because this is what I think they're going to do. I feel like if they like it the way it was, I feel like they just wait to get Linville Joseph back because of the way he played last year. And they're not going to do it now because he's a veteran. And they do the same things with the cornerback situation with Stephon Gilmore.
Man, let's see. I wouldn't mind either one of those moves because I'm desperate. You know what I'm saying? Because beggars can't be choosers, man. Like, my preference is like, hey, man.
Joseph didn't play bad toward the end of the year.
He didn't, but my preference is some shit like, hey, man, pick up the phone and see you can give up a 6th-round pick for DJ Reader. You know, like, do something of substance for me. Picking up Linville Joseph, just pick up Linville Joseph, man. You know what I mean? Like, he's going to be a good rotational guy for you. You know, same thing for like a guy like Raekwon Davis. Like, you can pick up the phone and call one of these guys in their 30s. You know, a little bit long in the tooth, but they eat up space still, and they rotational one techs. Or you can pick up the phone, you can call, and you can get a one tech that actually starts and, you know, can actually push Mazi Smith. Because Mazi Smith ain't got no big homie on the team. Everybody else got big homies. Mazi Smith had Jonathan Hankins for a year and a half, and that was it. He really ain't have
Jonathan Hankins ain't give a hell about no Mazi. Mazi's different, dog. Something wrong with him. Lord, forgive me for saying that, but something wrong. Something ain't right. I don't give a hell what we talking about here. He don't play natural. Y'all know it. He don't play natural. He don't play right. He play like he want to be stronger than everybody. No, you need technique, bro. Y'all seen football enough to watch him when he play. Don't look natural. Do it. No, it don't. I know y'all can't tell me to.
Yeah, it's gonna be rough for him.
Dog.
It's gonna be rough for him.
Jay. That's why I said Jay Toya. I can't count on that because he's a rookie. You can't count on it. I know it. You can't count on it. But his technique is even better than his now.
Yeah, and it's about that time when defensive tackles start to really show up and show, you know what I'm saying, their worth in the 3rd, 4th year. So his clock ticking, man. He got to play. Like, we have no choice but to pray that Mazi is awesome this year. And like, I don't even know
ain't listening.
He need to be okay. Like, he need to be awesome. And like, I was just about to say,
yes, he needs to be awesome.
Yeah, this is a good caveat to what I was finna say. Well, a good transition. I was finna say, okay, everybody knows every team, you know, has some kind of flaw. And like, you gonna have to. There's no way you can just have this foolproof team on every single aspect. Like, certain stuff you're gonna have to be risky about. You know what I'm saying? You might have to have a young guy here and he gonna have to perform well for everything to go right. Like, you're gonna have to take these gambles and risks because every team has a flaw. It just depends on how good you can match that flaw. So with the flaws that we do know the Dallas Cowboys got, do y'all think can y'all see a scenario where we actually are being prepared to like a deep playoff push or a championship run? Like, it's certain things that'll have to go right, of course. But the flaws, do you think it's possible? Like, you see Mazi go crazy, like somebody we just talked about. Mazi Smith, he just ball out and we like, wow, he finally did it. And then we get a fluke running back that just go crazy. Maybe just like Blue. Say Blue just become something more than we expected. Like, damn, Blue really dope for real. So if those two things happen and, you know, anything else y'all can think of that could hinder us like that, could that be possible? You see what I'm saying? Because it ain't that many players in this team.
I'll let B go first.
I don't think it's possible with Mazi, but anything is possible in the world of God. Because anything is possible in the world of God. So that's what I'll say with Mazi. If that were to happen, then yeah, dog. Like if Mazi Smith, just think about it. He is the key because you just said, Henny, you just said it. You just said it. We got 3 techs. We got attacking. Solomon Thomas is a dog. He can have a career year here. You feel me? And just like you said, in Eberflus's defense, the 3 tech, the weak side linebacker, and the nickel cornerback are his 3 important pieces in his defense, especially that 3 tech. You got some monsters right there. If Mazi went ballistic and just went crazy, oh my God! And you already got the edges. You got the edges, and for real, you can slide Marshawn Nealon on the inside sometimes. I think he's built for it. You feel me? I think you slide Marshawn Nealon on the inside. And then, with different packages, Mazi will change the whole damn defense, dog. We will be upper echelon. We'd be top 10. Well, we might be top 5 if Mazi played like a real dog. Like if he played like a Jalen Carter, not like a Jalen Carter, but something to it, our defense would be astronomical.
See, that's what I'm saying. So that's one key. Mazi go dumb, defense legit, linebackers hooping. All right, boom. You got that scenario. Then from the running backs, what if you just got a mid running back room? Because I don't know if we expect this run game to be bad or just mid. Because I feel like I just wanted more. I just wanted ours to be legit. So it's worse than mid.
Is it better than last year? You look at that running back room from last year, it's not better than last year?
Hell
Rico
no.
was kind of mid.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Rico was mid.
Rico
was kind of mid.
Rico was mid, but at the same time,
Rico was very mid.
He's still more proven than the guys you brought in. Miles Sanders ain't did shit in 3 years. Javonte Williams ain't got no
2
knees.
years. Don't do that. But okay, you saying that, but he's saying he healthy though. We got to go by what he said. He said
Them niggas lying.
and
They be lying.
Henny, Henny, and like I know a lot of these players say it take 2 years and not one for their mentals to be good, and it been like two full years where he been mentally good. And I'm telling you, yes, Javonte Williams, and I'm telling you, our offensive line is going to be better, dog. Our offensive line is going to be a better offensive line. And because the offensive line is better, Miles Sanders had a good season. I don't know if he make it. I believe he might be the surprise pet too. But he gonna have an offensive line. We're gonna be physical, dog. You look at that front 3, that's 335, 340, 335, dog. That's what we've been needing. You got that, dog.
Listen,
it can work.
Javonte Williams towards
offensive lines make y'all running back game look better.
Hey, big Javonte Williams tore some shit in his knee. I ain't know we had. That man tore some stuff called he tore some stuff called it sounded like a play. It sounded like a football play when he tore. It's a bilateral corner. I'm like, what?
Like somebody corner. Post corner. It said something about a post.
I'm like, what?
But look, check this out, though. But check this out. The training camp, I think they're gonna wait till training camp though. They probably gonna look at training camp and see if it's looking bad, and then they're gonna look at a waiver wire. You feel me? Then they probably might check for the running back. I don't think they settle the running back game. I think they're gonna look at it and monitor it and look at it and see what there is. But I'm with you. Throw a little 6th round pick for a DJ Reader, because if you got a guy like that, dog, we just need one big body. We just need one big body dog. That's just one. Just one.
Also, shout out to the lunatic for the $2 cash app, man. You a super real one.
Yeah, salute.
Yeah, appreciate you too, the lunatic, for the $4 holler.
Yeah. But yeah, man. I
ain't gonna hold y'all too much longer because I'm going to get up off here too. But I do want to ask you about these rookies though, because I want to ask you about this Arazaku. Dog,
yes,
I want as a Raku. Dog, as a Raku. Hey, he might be a demon on this field, but I'm saying at these edges, because I think the defensive ends is like, besides maybe receiver, because now you got Pickens, might be the best deepest position on this team, and this might be the one that goes dumb crazy. What y'all think? Because you got Nealon in there. I'm throwing Dante. Where's
Dante Fowler at the top?
Yeah, okay. Will you put Mike at linebacker?
Nah, I want to see, because listen, Micah gonna start at edge. My real question to you: who his running mate gonna be? Is Dante Fowler gonna start? Is Araku gonna start? Sam, Nealon, who was your other starting edge?
I think it's going to be from me. For me, I think they'll start with. I would think the veteran Fowler because they brought him in, but he's not the greatest in the run game. My guy for this year is Sam Williams, dog. Unleash Sam Williams. Unleash Sam Williams. Start him. Unleash him this year because I'm gonna tell you right now, he gonna go somewhere else. Let's keep it real. You ain't resigning if he don't get because he gonna want some playing time. And Donovan behind him, that's their golden child. I feel like he gonna be that guy next year and beyond. You feel me? So that's why I don't know where Sam Williams is gonna be here in the future. And if he ain't here in the future, somebody gonna offer Sam Williams a contract. Yes, somebody offering him a deal. He gonna get some money because Sam Williams is an animal.
I just don't see
Hallelujah want to know your cash out, kinfolk.
Huh?
Yeah.
I said, Hallelujah want to know your cash out, big.
Oh, okay, it's a $ BGJ DC4L. $BGJ DC4L.
And I put it in the chat box, y'all. So if y'all want to send the big, is in the chat. Like,
Appreciate you.
Absolutely. But
yeah, go ahead, Lamb.
Bro, I'm big on Sam too right now because I think people.
No, he gonna go crazy. Let him go dummy because last year
I don't see no way he can re-sign him though. That's the only thing.
He's not. He's not. He's one of the guys that I said is the beginning of the end. This is the last year I think we're gonna see a Sam Williams. So that's why I feel, Lamb, since it's the last year we're gonna see him, unleash him then. Because y'all not gonna be able to bring him back because he gonna want playing time and he gonna get money somewhere else and they not gonna pay that money. So unleash him this year. You got Donovan for the long haul. You feel me? You got Marshawn Nealon for the long haul. You don't know what Dante Fowler's gonna be after next year. Unleash Sam Williams. Start him, unleash him, let him go crazy because he will if you do.
Yeah, I feel the same way. And look, you know something will be dope. If you know you ain't gonna sign Sam, how about we feature him, let his value go up, and trade his ass?
I'm with all that.
That'd be dope for real, because I don't see a scenario.
You gonna get something for Sam
Williams. Ain't no way. Because think about it.
They're not keeping him.
If he play bad, you gonna get it. You gonna send him packing. If he play too good, you gonna be like, "Is this 1 year fluke?" Like you in a bad situation, so it's no way I see it working out. So in that case, trade his ass. I think that'll be brilliant. Like you avoid all of that and make sure you get some assets back. Like
you got depth with the defensive end position right now. You feel me? The defensive end position is crowded. Show him as much as you can because ain't nobody doubting the ability. The thing is, you know what's crazy? Because he got hurt last year. That's maybe the reason why they drafted Donovan this year. Because I was reading where Zimmer said they were going to go crazy with him. They were going to go crazy with Sam, and they were going to feature the hell out of him.
Yeah,
they cleared the stable for him. They let Dante Fowler go. They let Dorrance Armstrong go. They was setting it up for Sam Williams. It was kind of obvious. You know what I'm saying? And he got hurt. You know what I'm saying? So now, like I said, I think that's like when the trade deadline will be. Like what week? Okay, I'm thinking like 5 games, bro. Sam just go have an astronomical start. He done got like 5-6 sacks in 5 weeks, bro. I'm talking about. I'd be like, hey, give me something for him. I'll make
sure. Go get that real defensive tackle and give him up in a pick and get that real dog defensive tackle. Get shrewd.
But this is the thing. We're going to have to be good against the run early for that to happen because dudes didn't even pass against us last year. That's why Micah's numbers weren't amazing the first part of the season. They just ran us off the field.
Facts.
Yeah. You know what I'm pissed off though? I'm gonna say this about Dallas. I was pissed off with San Francisco. That's why I hate them suckers. I hate them suckers because they knew damn well we wanted Alfred Collins, dog. They knew we wanted Alfred Collins. Alfred Collins was our guy. I said he was going to get picked in the 3rd round. I kept saying they're going to pick him in the 3rd round. They're going to pick him in the 3rd round. Dog, because he was a 6'6", 335. You gonna tell me he wouldn't have been? Now I would have been expecting some rookie stuff from him, dog, because I think he's gonna be good. And he would have been damn pushing Mazi up out the way. He'd have been pushing Mazi ass out the way, and we would have been playing with him early.
Cause listen, I believe there's shout out to Hallelujah for the Cash App as well. He a real one.
Shout out to you. I just got the Cash App too. Shout out for the holla. Appreciate you, Miss Holla.
Well, but I think that's the issue though. The kind of expectations that we should have for somebody like Alfred Collins, a lot of our fans are putting on guys like Jay, because Jay, listen, a 7th round pick. If you're successful, you make the roster. I don't expect anything from a 7th round pick. A top 100 pick, I can see you doing something. You know what I'm saying? A top 100 pick, we can talk about that. There is no conversation to be had about no damn 7th round pick.
But like now to this though, Henny, I will say this. I totally agree with you, but I will say to this, there were a lot of people surprised that he dropped to the 7th round because there was a lot of people that were having him like around the 5th round, and I heard some people that really own it saying they were very surprised that he dropped that far. So maybe this one could be a blessing in disguise because I will say he token. I messed with them tokens in some moments. They different. And they grasp it a little bit quicker than everybody else. If we got anybody in the 7th round, let's get a token. I'm cool with that one.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. That bloodline don't play.
Bloodline, and plus his brother plays for I think he plays for Kansas City. He played with LSU, so his brother was already a defensive tackle.
He plays for free right now because he on the open market. Kansas City just cut that boy.
Oh damn! Damn!
Hey, I say sign him. It'd be
might as well.
Yeah,
push each other.
Former top 100.
Have Token brothers, bro. If we had Token brothers, I'm feeling good.
Like, listen, we up here talking about UFL players. Like, I'll take the former 3rd round pick.
You can't keep Justin Rogers. Keep signing him. He ain't gonna cost no damn money.
Exactly. Sign him for a veteran minimum. Bring him on in here.
Yeah, there it is.
You need because you need depth at 1 tech, man. You ain't got none. Like, who are your 1 techs? Mazi Smith and Denzel Jackson. That's it.
Oh, that's ugly. And Jay, that's ugly.
And Jay. So let me ask you a question. If let's say Mazi Smith is good, let's say the first 2 games Mazi Smith is playing well, and then all of a sudden his knee goes out. What are you doing the rest of the season at the 1 tech position?
I'm have to see. I'm looking them draft picks. How many picks we got again? I'm looking at the first day. How many picks we got again? Who can I trade right now? Jake Ferguson, you got any capital? Let me see, because I told Jake ain't coming back. He ain't coming back, so I would look to see if I get something for him. You know what I mean? We are talking about this Brevin Stanford.
That's another one. Like, what if Ferg just decent this year? Y'all gonna sign him
He
back?
is. No, he's not coming back.
Think about this. I know the Cowboys. I think the most likely situation he come back is a medium performance, is a mid performance, and that's crazy. Think about that now. We in Dallas. This is the only place that they do that. If he have an underwhelming year, they'll be like, we can get him for a discount. Like, why do you want mediocrity? Why? You know what I'm saying? Why are you trying to purchase that? Instead, you can go get something better. But Dallas cheap like that.
That's a good thought. You know what? I never thought about it like that in that aspect, Land. And now you said that, it pissing me off.
Yes. Do it not do that more times than not? Like, they look for the performing player and be like, oh, we gonna sign him. Like, so they just buying mediocrity all across the board. That's why it seems like that, bro. Like, it's crazy. Like, nah, let them go and try to get better. Why would you buy something? Right. You want to stay in that little bracket where you at. Like, you're not trying to win. You're trying to get better. Like, that's something I noticed about Dallas. So, you want to know if Jalen Tolbert have a medium year or a low year, he'll be back on your team. Like, why
that's really ass backwards when you actually think about this shit.
But look, is that not how we operate?
It's exactly how we operate.
Yeah.
That's why
I'm just trying to see. If I'm wrong, let me know. I just feel like that's the way we operate. And if you want to know if they're going to be back, let me know what their season is. Let me know if they – look, then think about this. The people who had good seasons, where they at? No. What dog show said?
You played your way out of Dallas. If you got a good season, we ain't paying your ass. That's why we're surprised about. That's why we're surprised about Osa. But we found out that it was team friendly because, like I said, when I had my dog B Tuck on there, who trained him personally for a long time, first thing he said when I brought him on there, when I said about Osa, I said, "What do you think about Osa?" He said he left a lot of money on the table. He said 20 to 25 million on the table. Woo. That's the only reason why he came back here. He said 20 to 25 mil, dog.
That's crazy. That's crazy. He could have cashed out.
You feel me? Because I thought he was going because he looked like he like a Ravens type player to me, a Steelers type player. You know what I'm saying? Get in the mix of everybody else and be really make the team better. You feel me?
Yeah. I think that'd have been crazy.
Man.
But I just wish we get out of that mentality of buying mediocrity. That's what I'm gonna call it. We like to buy the mediocre stuff instead of going to get stuff that we, you know what I'm saying, desire. We just gonna stay in the middle. We're gonna get a medium player. We don't need the biggest of the market player. Just give us the ones in the middle. And that's what we need to get away from. So that's the same. It applies to Jalen Tolbert. It applies to Sam Williams. Who else on that contract bubble?
Jalen Tolbert.
Ferguson.
The only time you stay is when you him though. If you him, like they at the quarterback position, bro, you ain't gonna do much better than Dak at the point. So you can say he was him in that situation. CeeDee Lamb, that's him. You know what I'm saying? Tyler Smith, that's gonna be him. Like you ain't gonna be able to play with those guys. Like you're gonna have to pay him. Michael Parsons, that's why he finna get paid because he's him. You know what I'm saying? It's a different category. But then you got good. That might be somebody like trading him if he get back to where he was. He kind of just good, so they might not want to negotiate with him no more. You see what I'm saying? Then you got that other level. That's what they. That's what they is. They after the good. They like the okay. Like they shooting for those guys. It's crazy.
It is crazy.
Then we got years of this, y'all. Like I guarantee you, go back. We was doing.
They ain't never gonna change it though. I mean, as long as you got Steven in the as long as you got Steven in the building, and when they first announced him as part owner, that's the first time I ever heard him announced as part owner ever. I wanted to cringe. I wanted to cry when I heard that. When they said that, I wanted to be like, damn. That is the beginning. He done won. He done won. Right. He said part owner Stephen Jones. I said, oh no, I never heard that.
It's coming.
Man. Speaking of paying folks, man, we paying DaRon Bland or what?
He another guy. I out 5 interceptions and trading his ass. He started out if he got 5
cool interceptions
by week 6. Shit.
Hold on, now. You trade him.
Hey, if they pay him like that, if they get that team friendly deal on him, you feel me? I'm with it. But you know what? And I ain't telling him to not get his money. But dog, if he want that $20 million money, if I'm an owner, I'm out.
He
gonna have to go somewhere else if he wants some money.
So my question is this:
he want big money.
My question is this: how are we trading him right now? We don't know shit else about the cornerback room. We don't know how healthy Trayvon Diggs is. We don't know how healthy Siobhan Rebel is. We don't know how healthy Kalen Carson is. We don't know if Elam can play. We don't know enough to be traded.
We got problems.
No, don't trade him.
Future though.
Don't trade him. You keep him for the year.
And we're not gonna have nothing. I want to prevent that.
And you gonna get a comp pick? Don't you get a comp pick for him? You gonna get a comp pick for him?
But yeah, I'm just saying it's too late now to try to move him. You would have to move him before. You're in a position where you need him, especially if Trayvon Diggs got to miss the first. If Trayvon Diggs don't rush back and he got to miss the first half of the season, you can't move DaRon Bland. If
Rebel ain't ready.
If Rebel ain't ready and Carson ain't ready, those you got one of the most injured cornerback rooms in the National Football League. It's too late. It's too late to move somebody that's playing with it.
You say it like that, bro. It sounds so bad. One of the most.
Man, you know what? If I was DaRon Bland, I know he want to get money, but sometimes I remember I had he was a cornerback with the Cowboys way back. His name just slipped my mind, but he said all fast money ain't the good money. Just like the grass ain't always green on the other side. He was saying that You know, he had a really good year in Dallas, and Bill Parcells wanted to bring him back, but they was going to pay him more like nickelback money. And he said, "No, dog, I'm trying to get that big money." He said, "Well, I guarantee you, if you sign this contract here, you'll see the whole contract. You'll see all that money. If you leave, you're not." And he said, "I got to go get paid." He left and went to the Buccaneers. Didn't even make it the whole year. They cut him. He got his initial money, but he didn't see the whole contract. Whereas he said if he would have stayed in Dallas, he would have saw that whole contract. I know DaRon Bland, you want to get paid that big dollars, and that don't get underpaid. But maybe that mid-level payment ain't bad, and then you see the whole contract, and then you have a long career with one team. That where now, if you go somewhere else because you're trying to get that big money, and they see you ain't really the guy, and they cut your ass because they don't really got no loyalty to you. Then you out in the streets, and then you ain't got none of the money. I think this is a situation with DaRon Bland. Come on, dog. Just take that mid-level money and stay with a team and be prosperous in Dallas.
I think that was some great advice, though. Because I ain't going to lie, like, bro, we know he got a decent resume, man. But his people, I hope he got some honest advice going through his ears, bro. Because I promise you.
Honest.
I don't want him to feel like, I can't tell him how to feel. But I'm just saying he's not number one corner, bro. So if you go out there and take that number one corner money somewhere, that's not gonna be good for you. It's just not.
It's not gonna end well for you. It's not gonna end well for you.
Hold on. Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
And this is neither here nor there, but this is just what the market is. Is DaRon Bland a better cornerback than J.C. Horn by production and everything else, health, games played, all that other stuff? Has he not produced more than J.C. Horn?
I mean, I guess you could say that with the interceptions, but...
I mean, J.C. Horn only played 30 games. Let's just throw that out there.
But that's the only thing that you're going to say that is the difference. Because if J.C. Horn is a healthy player, you know, like I know, you're taking J.C. Horn over DaRon Bland all day.
He has one season where he's played the full season.
It ain't about the season, man. He looked at the eye test. You looked at that player. You can't tell me he ain't better.
Hold on, he ain't played.
Yes or no?
But hold on. Can I finish my train of thought? Can I finish my train of thought?
Please.
You can say that J.C. Horn is the better player. There's nothing by statistics or there's nothing by awards or anything else that says that. So if I am DaRon Bland and I look at these folks that got paid, my resume is better. I am healthier than them. They just gave J.C. Horn $46.7 million fully guaranteed. Why can I not go get J.C. Horn money when J.C. Horn don't even stay on the field? You can at least trust me to get I done set all these records and getting picks. I had 5 picks as a rookie. When I'm healthy, I'm the best turnover guy in the National Football League. Why can I not go get $46 million guaranteed somewhere?
I ain't saying don't go get it, but it's gonna end bad for you, in my opinion.
I think so too.
End bad for you.
I really do.
It's gonna end bad for you.
I was high on Bland, but I know from the evidence I saw, he cannot be a consistent number one corner.
Well, you talk about ending bad for him. They're giving him. They gave J.C. Horn $46 million guaranteed. He get hurt. He get benched. He got $46 million.
I mean, but a lot of people are already saying that's a bad contract before because he is injured and he hasn't really been on the field. A lot of people are saying that's a bad contract. They're basically giving that contract basically because they were like, we think you're that. You showed a little bit of it, so we're going to go on that trajectory because we already thought you were that. You showed a little bit of it, cool. And if you're healthy, we think you can do it.
I really think that's smart when you believe in it. When you believe in it, it's smart to me.
But that's the same thing with Derek Stingley. He hurt guy, and he had the one season production. They gave him $48 million guaranteed. Now we all know
when you saw him in college though. And then, you start to see it in the pros. That's why you're like, okay, we're going to pay you. Because when you've been doing it in college and you come in the league and maybe you had a bump, injuries, and then you come up and turn up, we're like, okay, yeah, you're naturally going to say, we're paying you that money because you're showing us what we thought. DaRon Bland, I seen plenty of scouting reports when he was coming out of college, like he was going to be a priority rookie free agent, dog. They had him low, even undrafted. He went 5th. They had him going undrafted. So a lot of people were seeing holes in his game prior to him even getting drafted, Henny. I'm not saying not go get your money, but he's not going. If Dallas were to do that, Okay, I just don't believe it. I just don't believe the Cowboys do something like that. Steve Jones them ain't doing that.
I
He ain't
mean,
doing
the,
that.
the
I would.
Cowboys ain't, but
I'm not
somebody
doing
will.
that.
Yeah,
I mean, listen,
Somebody will. I'm not.
I'm not saying that we're gonna do it, but somebody's going to.
we shouldn't do that. If we don't look at him as a
Mm-mm.
number one type DB, we shouldn't do that. It's simple as that.
Mm-mm.
But all the difference is between them two players here, to be honest, both of them was considered him of they draft. Like, them boy was the top of the top almost in the cornerback.
Right.
Like, when Stingley came out, he was like the top cornerback prospect in his draft. If he won one, he was like one of two or three. Like, he was right up there. So the same thing for JC Horn. He was what? We was probably finna draft him.
If he
Like,
didn't go, I remember
Right.
it's the Michael Parsons draft, but that still adds on to the point of.
I'm just talking about the pedigree is what
but-
make people feel like they'll pay it forward.
But that's my point
Exactly.
as an agent. That's my point as an agent. You told me all day about these guys. They were the cream of the crop. They were the best prospects out, and my guy outproduced them. So pay me. Give my boy his money.
And I feel you. And you know me, the owner, I'm gonna say, I think you overachieved. Because
that's
you know
fair.
what? Everybody who looked
Jones-
into low draft picks, we're gonna say, I think you overachieved. That's why a lot of them say, show me again. You did it 1 year, show me again. That's the reason why Dallas ain't paying them. And they said, okay, we ain't paying you early because you set a historic record, but you was drafted low. We need to see it again. That's what's always gonna happen with them low draft picks.
It's people that live their whole career off pedigree. Like, look at what's
Yeah,
his
for
name?
real.
Chargers. The quarterback.
Oh, Justin Herbert.
Look at
Herbert.
He did nothing. He's living off total pedigree. What they thought he might be.
Well,
Or what they
David Clowney too.
He's
Xavier
been living off his
Sure.
pedigree the whole time. So pedigree matters in this league. We can tell.
I know. Listen,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that it don't, and how people perceive things. I'm just saying as an agent, he got too much leverage when it comes to contracts.
Yeah,
He's gonna lose that battle though. He gonna lose that one, especially in Dallas. He can probably put it on somebody else.
Get it in Dallas.
He can run it on somebody else.
Yeah,
Maybe their evaluation ain't good enough. Maybe they gonna only see the interception plays, but they didn't see. I don't want to bash Bland, but I'm just being honest. Like that Washington game where he said he was getting cooked.
He did.
I swear to God,
he was getting worse.
Like real talk, I ain't trying to just bash the man, but I'm just saying.
I agree.
Go back and watch that game. Bland was getting murdered by Scary Terry. But you know, everybody say Trey sucked. You didn't have Scary Terry problems when Trey was healthy. You didn't have Justin Jefferson problems when Trey was healthy. But everybody trying to kick him off the team. This the crazy stuff we be hearing and seeing out here. Oh, Trey can't. He's lazy in rehab. Man, we didn't have to worry about these premium wide receivers when we had Trayvon Diggs healthy. It was not to the degree to where they finna tear us up and beat us. Bro, that was a privilege. We can't feel the same way about Bland. Like, I don't trust Bland against none of them dudes. I promise you. And that's just real. I don't trust Bland against
I agree.
Bro,
I agree.
I'm not finna pay him like that. I'm not. And
I
I know you did good things, but you're not at the top level to where I'm confident in saying, hey, that's a guy right there. And he can go lock your guy down. That's not Bland. So guess what?
Mm-hmm.
You don't want that type of contract, bro. You just don't.
Mm-hmm.
If you was like that, even in a small, because look, even if you was like that in a small sample size, we willing to pay you for that. But you never got to that level. That's what that says. That's why C-Horn getting more, JC Horn getting more than you. And that's why Stingley probably get more than you. Because I can feel like I can line them boys up.
I can trust him.
And feel good. I can feel good with Stingley going up against CeeDee Lamb, but not you. So I'm not finna pay you like that, bro. So that pedigree, that talent level, it matters. And sometimes it might even trump production. Because, hey, you did that, but hey, do it again. I'm not sure. It could have been a fluke. Because I don't believe
for real.
That's how they gonna do them. Real talk.
I mean, DaRon Bland got hurt last year, but in the 2 years that he was healthy, he ended up with 14 picks. He only played like 7 games last year, if I'm not mistaken. So
we know he good at picks, though, him. But when we look at what he's actually doing, what do we be doing sometimes when he going up against top wide receivers? he be getting cooked.
He gives up yards sometimes.
So the production, the interceptions don't
sometimes.
tell the story.
I mean, sometimes, because listen.
Yeah, I'm just saying, the interceptions don't tell the whole story. They sound
Right.
good. Yeah, he had a lot. He did great. I'm not taking that.
Listen, all I'm saying, listen, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I get that. But, like, scoring points is a premium in the league. He scores touchdowns off those interceptions. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you can still market that.
Let me see this year. That's all I got to say is.
I mean, I'm not saying to pay. I'm not saying for us to pay. I'm just saying we talk about him trying to take less money in Dallas. Somebody's going to pay DaRon Bland. It ain't got to be us, but somebody's going to pay DaRon Bland.
Right.
We seen.
But like all I was saying, sometimes it might be smarter where you take less money, because I know this is a money league, whereas you might take less money, but you see the whole contract through. That's the main thing I was saying. Because if you go to a different team, you get overpaid. They're not going to show you the love because the expectation is going to be off the wall for you now. You feel what I'm saying? And they don't love you. And you go over there and do bad your first year, they cutting your ass. You feel me? They getting rid of you. Now you ain't seeing that money because them contracts ain't guaranteed. A lot of them contracts ain't guaranteed. So now you just out. So that's all I'm saying is, DaRon Bland, don't get your money, but be smart about this one. Maybe you might stay with Dallas and have a longer career and get multiple contracts and end up seeing more money you see somewhere else.
It just depends on the guaranteed money. Byron Murphy got 34.7 fully guaranteed. Marlon Humphrey got 39.9. AJ Terrell got 42.3. Jalen Johnson got 43.8. L'Jarius Sneed got 44. Marshawn Lattimore got 44.3 fully guaranteed.
And a lot of them guys, too, are high draft picks. He was 5th rounder.
Okay. Yeah. Some of them are. Paulson Adebo got 34.7. Carlton Davis got 34.5. Like, if you get paid as a corner, you're going to get some decent guaranteed money. I don't think that's a fear for the new market.
That goes back to the reason I said trade them, because we're not going to agree on this. Your production is out. Your production represents a player that I don't think you are. Almost like that. Like you said, you perform way better than we thought. Probably better than you shouldn't have. But I'm not finna pay you at that level because I don't believe you would continue to play that level.
I mean, and that is fine for Dallas. I'm just saying he's going to get paid. Lesser corners have gotten paid.
That's why I said trade him. Because we finna let him walk out the door.
I mean,
that's the only reason I said that.
If Trayvon Diggs had a need, I would say that. You know, if Siobhan Rebel had a need, I would say that. If Kalen Carson had a shoulder, I would say that. But we I done told you, we got pieces of corners right now. We ain't got no full corner yet.
We gotta put them out together.
We gotta combine them like Ultron, dog.
We gotta build the corner out of the league. That's crazy.
I mean, honestly, to keep it real, I would rather. This is why I would be smart, because I just feel like they got to figure that out. This relationship they got to figure out with Diggs, because it just went sour. Like, it just went sour, and it just feels like it's to the point of no return now, where now he's possibly could get cut next year. You feel me? And really, his contract is a team-friendly deal. It's not an astronomical contract that's going to hurt people. That's why I said, Bland, if you be smart, and if this Rebel kid stays healthy, you got elite corners, right? I don't give a hell anybody saying. I know y'all can agree with me. When we seen Rebel, if he's healthy, he's going to be nice. I'm going to go ahead and go with that trajectory that he's going to be nice, okay? We seen what Diggs can do. Those are two ball-hawking corners. And then if you had a Bland in the nickel, that's why I said, Bland, don't be tripping. You be in that nickel and live, bro, that's right there, and all y'all will be young. See, man, y'all really could keep this. Y'all really could keep this rocking.
That's why you got to win this year. Yeah. That's it. That's why you got to win this year, because you cannot guarantee folks being here when it comes to contracts. There's no guarantee that George Pickett's going to be here. I know that we want him to be here, but if he balls and he wants to get paid like a top wide receiver, the Dallas Cowboys are penny pinchers.
Man, you just hurt my heart, bro.
I know that
same thing go for him too.
It go for everybody. Everybody's on a 1-year deal that we like. There's no guarantee they'll be here next year. There's no guarantee.
The best way George Pickens gets re-signed is for him to have a mid-year. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And look, the way you can tell that it's a fact is you put it to both extremes. Like if you make it extreme, like let's say if George Pickens go out here and put up 1,700 yards, just per se, we not finna pay him that much money, bro. It's not happening.
Hell no, because he gonna want big dollars.
Right? So now you look at it the other extreme. If he's super sorry, of course you're not gonna pay him. If he put up 300 yards, now you're not gonna pay him. But let that nigga put up 600 yards, 700 yards, you know what I'm saying? Up in the middle, we can work with that. That's how the Cowboys look, bro. So if he's just bad,
I don't see a scenario where he comes back. I would love to see him come back, but I don't see even a scenario where he comes back because he's just, and especially if he's on his best behavior, that's the big thing. If he's on his best behavior, he's really gonna get paid because that's what everybody's holding against him is his behavior. You can see the damn talent. You feel me? So I just feel like they gotta win something with him this year.
It's crazy, man. I hate I think like that, but that's the characteristics I see from this team. It is. That's how they operate. He can't do good and he can't do too bad. So if he in the middle, they gonna sign him.
He like that porridge. He like that porridge out there for real. Not too hot, not too cold, just in the middle. That's the way we like it over here in Dallas. Mid.
But man, I'm about to get up out of here, man.
Mitchell,
I'm gonna say Law wanted to come in real quick, y'all. Y'all had time. Law and West.
Get up out of here.
I got to go because I was already looking at the hour limit because I got to go. I got to go to a party.
Set up a show with our fours or something. Then we can do that.
Yeah, I mean I can do it whenever. We can just jump back in each other's inbox and make it pop again.
Facts. Hey, we'll just tap in with Law too and set it up. The people probably enjoy that, man. So we'll set it up or something like that. So shout out to Law Nation.
All right. Shout out to my dog Law. I appreciate my dog Henny. I appreciate you, landlord. It's a good talk today. Hope we have many more.
Already,
that's a bet, y'all. Appreciate y'all. And listen, man, fuck the Eagles. It's all smoke week 1. Running backs, man, y'all better prove me wrong. I don't think y'all worth a damn right now. What else, man? Mazi Smith, man, you fat bitch. You better get in there, stop the run. Listen, you listen. If he like that, he'll do that, man. But
that's
God
so
bless
crazy.
him.
He ain't fat. But go ahead.
Who, Mazi?
Mazi ain't fat for real.
Man, and I don't want him. I don't want him then.
Need some more weight on him.
Listen, if he ain't got titties, I don't want him to be on my one tech, man. I need a dude with titties, a beer belly, and a beard. Man. You know what I'm saying? That's how I know you can stop the run. Take the mic from this man. Nah, man. Tell you like this. Hey, man, it's Saturday, man. I'm finna get off here, man. God bless America.
Already, man. Salute. Peace.